I don't normally speak at the Meta Awards. I try not to inflict myself upon you. But I did that 5 years ago when we hit that milestone. I'm doing so again this year on the 10th year, which only goes to show, Danish, wherever you are, that it's not just actors, but it's also aging businessmen who are consigned to purely ceremonial functions. But I was told this morning when I was leaving Mumbai, a colleague of mine mailed me and told me it was World Theatre Day, which Mr. Hazarika mentioned. And I thought, what a wonderful coincidence. Because I don't think Ravi or Sanjoy or Jay planned to have it on this date. I know there was a lot of back and forth on these dates. So it is a wonderful coincidence. I prefer to think it is and see it as some kind of happy augury and maybe a benediction. So given that this is the 10th year, it's probably appropriate, if not a benediction, then to at least share some reflections on what Meta means to us and to express my gratitude to all those who have made the Meta what it is today. I do remember that 10 years ago, I used to be asked all the time, why on earth are you associating with theatre? Why not something of much greater PR value to you like cricket? Although we have to admit that cricket seems to be demonstrating greater and greater theatricality every year. But still, let me tell you, share with you just the 3 reasons why we did it. The first, of course, the whole idea of storytelling is something that's a very deep connection between business and theatre. Yes, there is folklore, there is storytelling. You have to understand how to communicate to your customers if you want to build a brand. Brands are not built today anymore, given the plethora of choices that consumers had. They're not built simply by functional qualities alone. They're built about what that brand means. What's the story around a brand? How powerfully are you communicating what you stand for? Do people trust you? And I think in that respect, we have a lot to learn from theatre. The second one, of course, is innovation and creativity. Theatre is the outcome of innovation and creativity. And frankly, today, you're not going to be successful unless you can make innovation and creativity the main motivators of your products or your services, whatever they might be. And finally, we at the Mahindra Group truly believe that one can and ought to do well and do good at the same time. That underlines our credo of RISE, which you see under the Mahindra logo, because we believe that wherever we work, wherever in the world we are, we have to give back to the communities. And MK, I want to assure you that on behalf of all my colleagues at Mahindra, that no matter what pleasure we make in profit, it cannot match the pleasure that we get in giving it back. And I do promise you that as long as we generate wealth, we will share it with the theatre community, and we will continue to doing so. Now, of course, we would not be here celebrating the 10th anniversary if it wasn't for all the people who've really worked for a decade to make Meta what it is today. I have to, of course, first of all, thank Ravi Dubey. Ravi came to me 10 years ago with the concept of Meta, and although we had already made plans to support theatre, we were doing so with the Old World Festival. Ravi really created a concept which we could own, which we could build a brand around, and take our aspirations and our support for theatre into a new orbit. Thank you very much, Ravi, from the bottom of my heart. My gratitude, of course, to Sanjoy Roy, Ankur Bhardwaj, and Suraj Dhingra of Teamwork, who have put their heart into running this event. Sanjoy, you and your team have been making this more and more meaningful and better every year. I can't forget Jay Shah as well. Our cultures are... Where are you, Jay? There you are. Stand up. Jay, I think the Metas are a perfect platform for your creative talents to be shown to the world. And next, for 10 years, our selection committee and the jury members have been giving unstintingly of their time and their skill in helping us to identify the best talent from every corner of the country. So I owe a big thanks to them, all of them, past and present. But for your efforts, many a flower would be born to blush unseen, as the poet says, and to waste its sweetness on the desert air. Finally, my grateful thanks to our most important dramatis personae, that's to all the theatre groups from all over India who use the stage to reflect our world back to us and whose engagement and participation in Meta have kept the flame burning for 10 years. Thank you all. And if I may, I'd like to close with a rhyming couplet in the Shakespearean tradition, and let's away to part the glories of this happy day.